divine power, divine right, a guide to unleashing your inner light. Fallacy number 5, I have no control over my life. You and I always have choices and decisions available to us. Fear may have caused us to not act or speak up, but even then, it formed a choice. Choices and decisions we make today form the experiences that unfold into our tomorrows, whether the choices end up being beneficial or not. It is important to be aware that we have endless possibilities with different potential outcomes available to us. Being open to new possibilities brings expansiveness and new creations. If up until now many of your choices and decisions have been low vibrating, or you have boxed yourself into self-prophesied outcomes, then it is understandable how you may believe that you have no control over your life. If the decisions and choices were fueled by fear, unworthiness, feeling inadequate, guilt, shame, insecurity, doubt, or confusion, then it's probably safe to say that the results and the consequences have not been fulfilling or sustainable. These choices and decisions may have brought forth a lot of emotional, mental, physical, relational, and financial anguish, anxiety, anger, frustration, or disappointment. However, it is important to be clear that you made the choices and decisions. Take a minute to recall what you believed or felt at the time you made a decision or choice that later you came to regret. Was there fear, the energy of lack, guilt, judgment, or apathy? Also, did you close yourself off from considering other possibilities? Did you attach to emotions instead of your feelings? Your highest choices and decisions come from trusting what you feel and know is right for you, no matter what others say you should do or be. You hold the power to choose to stay true to who you are, what interests you, what works for you, who to date, who to marry, your friends, what college to attend or not, how you allocate your money, whether to have children or not, what neighborhood to live in, what work environment to accept, what thoughts to empower, how to interpret an event or situation, and more. The crux of the matter is that healthy, love-filled, kind-filled, and rewarding choices and decisions can only be made when you have the courage to transcend low-vibrating beliefs, fears, or emotions. I had a client, Brian, who kept on losing money due to the poor choices he made on investing and the people he chose to manage his money. He was very good at making money, but he also kept losing a portion of it. As a result, his money never really grew or worked for him. Basically, he took unnecessary risks with his money. He was very frustrated and didn't trust his ability to grow his money anymore. The underlying root distorted belief he had was, I don't want to miss out. The deeper source stemmed from his father having similar energy. The father had experienced poverty while growing up. It seems he had made an emotional decision, a vow, to take on the responsibility of elevating his family out of poverty. While this decision is honorable, the energy was not properly balanced. The self-imposed pressure to do this caused the father to take risks because he needed to secure the needs of others, not just his own. This emotional creation was passed on to Brian. Both Brian and his father did not take the time to do enough research and ask all the appropriate questions to discover if the investment was a good choice. The fear of missing out created emotions which made them pull the trigger too quickly on what seemed to be good opportunities, but, as they discovered later, were not. They did not allow themselves to come from more informed clarity. Energetically, there was also a disharmony between their female and male aspects. If you recall, the female energy, or yin, brings forth desires, ideas, concepts, and possibilities. The male aspect, or yang, seeks to support the female vibration in its desires and ideas. However, in their cases, the male vibration was not working properly in supporting and protecting the female desire. The desire of the female energy was to increase wealth, not lose it. The male energy was not on full protective mode because it pulled the trigger on the so-called opportunity before there was enough inquiry on whether it made sense to invest or not. When and if things go awry, due to being impulsive, we can suspect the male aspect may be off. When the male vibration is in its highest functioning form, it always wants to successfully support and fulfill the wishes of the female essence. In the case of Darren, whose ancestors suffered the genocide, it was the opposite. His female vibration was basically shut down. There were barely any desires, ideas, or direction. The male vibration could not support anything. It had nothing to work with or act on. His ability to bring forth possibilities, initiate, and create had been disconnected. Another client, Annika, came to me feeling defeated and depressed. She was not happy in her career and did not have any motivation to do anything. As I searched for the source, I discovered that when she was young, she had rejected her love for music because it was not acceptable to her parents. She didn't want to disappoint her parents, and she didn't have enough strength to stand for her gifts and to choose what was in her heart. She gave in to the expectations and desires of her parents, which were fueled by their culture. Feeling unhappy, she was now paying the price of going against herself. Secretly, she still longed to pursue music, but did not dare express it to anyone in her family. Annika was now a mom and felt her dream had passed her by. Though there was fear of disappointing her parents, she was ready to move forward and reconnect to her heart and unique expression of herself. We had a couple of sessions and focused on the heavy ancestral expectations that her own parents had bought into. We requested the energy gifts that would allow Annika to feel safe and know her value no matter if others disapproved. Annika eventually enrolled in music classes and has begun to write original songs. To her surprise, her husband supports her. Her parents were not that thrilled with her leaving her title, but they did not press the issue. Concurrently, she began to meditate and open her heart to higher realm support. In reclaiming and trusting in the creation of herself, she has discovered that this is the only way to live and create powerfully. She has assured me that she will not disconnect her children from their heartfelt inner gifts and that which brings them harmony and happiness. On another occasion, I had a college student, Nicole, contact me because she had become paralyzed by anxiety and fear about what to choose as her major. She no longer felt excited about continuing her studies. Nicole wanted to make sure she was choosing the correct career. She had fallen victim to intellectualizing her decisions and believing that her major had to fit something acceptable to most of society. Her intellect was superseding her true heart's desires. In our sessions, I reconnected her to the awareness and acknowledgement of her truth, intuitions, her unique gifts, interests, and desires. I reminded her that as long as she chose a major that aligned to her personality, interests, and internal flow, the future would unfold beautifully for her. I assured her that day-to-day choices which aligned to the energies, gifts, and talents she was born with would keep her fulfilled and bring forth happiness. This is what is called being in your zone. Our couple of sessions greatly diminished her anxiety and helped her find clarity and self-empowerment. While she understood she could not foretell the future, she was now aware that she would always be in control of her life by taking back her power with choices and decisions which excited her and fit her true nature. This is what true serving is. When you serve yourself correctly, not only do you benefit, but the world will benefit from your higher vibrating light, flow, happiness, and heart-centered productivity. In my early 30s, I made the choice to sever the relationship with my father. Being around him only exposed me to his manipulative ways. He also drank too much and had a problem with anger. I told him that until he sought out help to work through these issues, I was not going to visit or call him anymore. However, I made it clear that the moment he took personal responsibility for his actions, which caused a lot of pain and discomfort to me and others, I would be there to support him. While many supported my decision, there were a couple of family members and friends who judged me as being a bad daughter and who told me that I should be available for him no matter what. Since I was strong within myself to stick to my commitment of living a life with as little drama as possible, I disregarded their distorted perception and story. I kept to my decision without giving into the energy of guilt. 4 years later, my dad called me, my siblings, my mom, his ex-wife by then, and his siblings to apologize for the many and varied times he created upheaval and drama in our lives. A year later, he passed away. By the way, he had sought out counseling for about a year, which made it possible for him to stop blaming others and stop playing the role of victim. He had begun to take ownership for what he had created with his actions and choices. Another way we stay in control of our lives is by how we decide to fulfill a request that someone makes of us. The difficulty lies when we feel obligated or feel guilt in complying with the request. A simple request of my client Minnie transformed into a situation that filled her with anxiety. She had been a key person involved in a cultural event outside of the United States. Her event pass allowed her to enter and participate in the 6-day event without any daily entrance fees. At the event, she developed a friendship with another participant who did not have the level of pass she had. Minnie was leaving the event 2 days early. The new friend offered to take her to the airport. At the airport, the friend asked her if she could have her pass. Since there were 2 days left, this would allow the friend to go in for free. At that moment, Minnie felt her stomach tighten and anxiety build over this request. For a few seconds, she struggled on how she would reply because she felt a sense of obligation to help her friend save money. She finally said, "I would love to help you out, but I collect my event passes." The friend immediately responded with, "It's no problem, just thought I'd ask." Though this may seem simple, this was a triumphant act for Minnie. She had been conditioned as a child to deny her own needs and wants, so as not to seem selfish or ungrateful. While her friend had the right and freedom to request for what he wanted, she also had the right and freedom to align to what worked for her. These simple choices and decisions that align to what is correct for her keep her life flowing. Many of my clients come to me tired of playing the counselor, the bank, and the nurse to the friend, spouse, or romantic partner. One of the main reasons their support backfires is because the other person truly never wanted to elevate themselves, period. My clients made the assumption that the other person wanted to improve their life. More accurately, the other person wanted attention and someone to join them in their pity party, but there was never an interest or personal commitment to improve on their life. This is the crux of why all the effort, time, money, and opportunities handed to them did not give any results. This is an example of a choice we make to connect to another's chaotic life that can lead to our own life becoming out of control. I'd like to clarify that there is nothing wrong if someone chooses not to take responsibility for their circumstances. It is their choice and their life journey. Yes, they can end up playing the victim, but you can be aware that they are not a helpless victim. We don't know the deeper reasons of why they are not ready to move on to less dramatic choices. However, suffering can be a blessing if it leads to awakening and taking charge of one's life. There is great value in letting a person experience the consequences of their choices. Otherwise, you become a hindrance to their growth. Meanwhile, don't allow yourself to get caught up in their whirlwind life by buying into the energy of guilt or becoming fearful about the possible consequences their choices could bring upon them. If an awakening on how they are bringing chaos into their life doesn't happen in their lifetime, it will happen in another lifetime. This is a great truth to anchor in order to diminish your anguish. By the way, some people can become angry when you no longer want to play into their game. This is their story, which contains their judgments, fears, and distorted perceptions. It is important not to allow into your space the stories of others. Your commitment must be to the story of you. The book of you is as important as anyone else's book. Inca principles state that the energy of commitment and responsibility are to be directed inward, not outside of you. In other words, for centuries we have been programmed to believe that we must be able to handle a lot of outside responsibility and be committed to others' needs. This is so futile in the sense that we have limited power and control on how others choose to believe, act, and live. Rather, the energy of personal responsibility and commitment asks of you to be present and become the producer of your life. As a producer, you are the project manager of your life. Via your light, you can call upon the higher realms to assist you in choosing the best people to collaborate with and to bring about opportunities and tools to support the creation of you. Being present for you asks of you to stop making choices based on past experiences which bring about fear, limitations, and recreate old patterns. It is essential to discern, create, and live from current reality. Once you commit to allowing yourself to make higher choices and decisions that are sustainable and for your highest good, for the most part, you will experience great ebb and flow in your life. The times that challenges do appear, they show up to guide you to what else needs your attention so you can consider finally transforming and releasing them. Some challenges will want to bring you back into drama, But if you are consciously aware of your commitment to choose what is correct for you and what works for you, then the challenge will be overcome. Other circumstances may be prodding you to open up yourself to unseen or unconsidered possibilities. These types of challenges can be opportunities for bringing forth a new reality and a new way of being. Feeling as though you have no control over your life occurs when you oppose the energies of self-alignment, self-kindness, self-honor, self-worth, and self-commitment to align to internal peace and flow. However, by acknowledging that you are already complete and whole in the higher sense of spirit truth, you free yourself to be guided by heartfelt feelings, intuitions, and instincts. Be aware of always redirecting your head to follow your heart. The way of the heart is the path of least resistance. Ask yourself to what degree you are willing to make self-commitments and be responsible for the direction of your life. How would your life look if you made the higher choices for yourself despite what others thought? If you feel uneasy about taking greater control of your life, ask yourself what is behind this resistance or fear. Let the answers surface and energetically transform them. Please request the light-filled energy gifts that will support you in taking on the role of project manager for your life. Be willing to make higher choices and decisions which bring about rewarding results. Trust and do this exchange with great confidence. Remember, it is your birthright because you belong to eternal love, light, and creation. We will now be opening up the sacred space. First, place your palms face up. Close your eyes, allow yourself to feel, and repeat after me. Heavenly Father and Mother, my divine source, I come to you and request that you send the most light-filled energies to help me open up the 4 sacred directions: the winds of the east, west, north, and south. I ask to be connected to the most uncontaminated, undistorted light creations. I am ready to receive the energy gifts that will connect me to the higher realms, to create pure and powerful exchanges. I accept the energy gifts. The energy gifts are now in the palms of your hands. Place your palms to your heart and repeat: I receive, I receive, I receive. Place your palms back out. We will now start receiving energy gifts. Repeat after me. I ask for the energy gifts to connect me to the energy of responsibility and commitment to myself. Now palms to your heart and repeat: I receive, I receive, I receive. Let yourself feel. Allow the exchanges. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts which will transform all distortions and untruths that I willingly surrender. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts which disconnect and free me from the energy of past disappointments, sadness, and regrets. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts to release me from the tendency to judge and blame others. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts that will increase the vibration of my feminine and masculine aspects and create a stronger unity. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts which return me to my knowing that I am already complete and can continue to create my life in alignment to my energies and interests. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts to help me discern which would be my higher choices and decisions. Hands to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts which will support me in initiating firstly from within and disconnecting me from outside negative influences. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts that will increase the energy of trusting my heart, feelings, intuitions, and instincts. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts to align my subconscious to my conscious desires. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Palms back out. I ask for the energy gifts that will allow me to surrender all that is not mine and all that I am not. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Request and receive anything else that is coming to you. If you're not sure what else to request, you can ask for energy gifts that are for your highest good. Trust that the higher realms will send the appropriate gifts for you. Receive them into your heart. Now we will close the sacred space. Repeat after me. I want to thank all the highest creations, my divine source, and all the creations that are here to support me and stand for my highest good. I now request to close the 4 directions. The winds of the east, west, north, and south. I accept the energy gifts. Palms to your heart. I receive, I receive, I receive. Highly consider adopting the conscious decision to make your choices from the inside out rather than from the outside in. In other words, everything outside of you is others' stories. The stories of how things should be, traditions, or beliefs filled with distorted expectations and emotions. If you and I create our life experiences based solely on man-made belief structures and expectations, then we are not in full command of all aspects of our life, because we are using many assertions that have been created from fears, inadequacies, control, and many other dysfunctional foundations. This makes it very difficult to align to our truth. However, coming from within and then taking actions or decisions holds much more harmony and creates many rewarding experiences. Coming from within, you use your own criterion, not tainted by the outside. You stay empowered rather than giving away your power. Coming from within, you use your heart, inner voice, instincts, and intuitions, which are true to your desires, your innate interests, and the unique set of energies that comprise you.